Hi, Lena. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. There's a lot to be grateful for. There's a lot that's going well in the department, so I'm very pleased about that. That said, I'm feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous about some of the comms and the emails that are going out to some of our clients. It's the standards are not there yet, and that it's that in particular that I wanted to speak to you about today. And I know it's not the first time we've had this conversation. So, what I want from the next few minutes is for us to really get to the heart of the matter. And I'd love us to get to the point where there is a clear decision or decisions about the way forward that you're really happy with and that I'm very comfortable with as well. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it is. It sounds a bit ominous.
It sounds a bit ominous. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that it might sound a little bit ominous. Um, and in some respects, I want it to feel real because we can't keep going like this for all sorts of different reasons. It's not fair on the wider team who at the moment are valiantly holding standards at a really high level. Also, I would expect at this stage that I don't need to hold your hand quite as much and supervise quite as much of your work. So there's an impact on me as well because of the time that I'm putting in. And I do have other people that I'm supervising, as you know. But also for you, you I think at the end of next month, we've got your end of first year probation conversation. And I'd really like that to have a positive outcome for you. So, there's impacts in all directions for all sorts of people if we don't address this these aspects of poor quality and low standards around comms and emails. Now, I know that's very stripped back honesty on my behalf. I realise that. How does it feel hearing it in such a stripped back way?
Well, it's not very pleasant, to be honest, and I'm not even sure it's that fair because I know that there's other people in the team whose work you're monitoring closely. I mean, Jenny and Kel, you're reviewing their work regularly. Um, I don't really know why you're targeting me, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. So, a couple of things to pick up there straight away. I heard you say that you're not sure why it doesn't quite feel fair to you,
Mm.
and you're feeling a little bit targeted through these conversations. Okay, well, let me see if I can explain a little bit more about where I'm coming from, so that you have a better understanding, and hopefully, if it's possible, you feel a bit more comfortable with where I'm coming from as well, and how it makes sense. So in terms of our training program, as you know, we've got a very well tried and tested 12-month training program. And we know because dozens of people have been on that journey that at the end of 12 months, the vast majority of people are very capable of working independently. They take on their own clients and manage their own clients proactively. And the only requirement for supervision is if there's a particular challenge or the work is particularly complex, in which case more senior people will get involved and help out. So, in terms of the two people that you mentioned, Jenny has been here for 6 months only. Kel has been here for only 4 months. So, yes, I absolutely am supervising their work. You've been here for 11 months. And as we've just talked about, your that 12 months period is almost at an end, and the probation conversation is coming. So, you really should be further along the route of being able to work independently. And at the moment, I'm supervising every single piece of work and correcting every single piece of work before you send it out. So, so I'd like to dig into it a little bit. Could you tell me a little bit about what your checking process is before you send things to me?
Well, I scan everything before I send it. And if I feel happy with it, then I send it across to you. I know that you've got loads more experience than me and you've got very high standards. So I know that if there's anything that's not quite right, that you'll pick it up. So it's perfect before it goes out to the client.
Okay. Well, yeah, what you say is absolutely true. I do have more experience than you, and I do have more knowledge, and that is fair enough. But what I also hear you say is that you're relying on me to make something perfect. You're doing a quick scan before sending it to me, and then it's over to me to make sure it's perfect. Is that about right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take a different perspective on this. What would you do differently? This is my question to you. What would you do differently if there was no one to provide that level of safety net, that that all of that checking that I do for you, and you knew that it was your job to send things out perfectly, not my job to send your work out perfectly, but your job to send out your work perfectly, and that you'd lose your job if you couldn't do that? What would you do differently?
Well, I would check it, scan it. I'd spell check it and really read through it to make sure that it was okay.
Okay, so you wouldn't just scan it, you would double scan it, you'd take a bit more care, and you'd spell check it as well. Okay, what else would you do?
I suppose that I could, if I needed to, if there was something I was unsure about, I could speak to one of the team who's got more experience than me and just double check it with them, make sure that I'm saying the right thing. I know that Sam, for example, is very good, so I could probably get his opinion on it, and that would reassure me that it was okay before sending it out. And maybe I could even put it through AI and check it as well, just to see if there's a better way of writing things.
Yeah, yeah, fabulous. Okay, so there are other members of the team, but I liked what you said about you would you would reference your own sense of confidence first. And if you're not completely confident, you've got people you can go to. Sam, Linus is another one.
Hmm.
And I think AI, it's just sitting there. Why not use it?
Hmm.
That's going to, along with the spell checking, that's going to make sure or increase the chances of it being written professionally. Okay, so lots of good things there. You'd take a bit more care. You'd reference your own levels of confidence around the accuracy of the content. You've got team members that you can go to check things out. You would um, spell check and AI it. And if you did all of those things each time, what are the chances that when it's sent to me, the errors would have disappeared?
I think there'd be a high chance of that. I think that would alleviate a lot of the mistakes. I think it would take a bit more time though.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair enough. And I don't want you to worry about the time at the moment. Don't want you to worry about productivity. That's not on my list of priorities at the moment. We'll come to that. That's for next year. For now, it's all about the quality. Let's crack that and build real confidence around that. So, on that basis, I have a challenge for you. If you are up for that challenge, and I would assess that over the next couple of days. You're going to be sending me about 5 pieces of work. That's normal. So my challenge is this. I would like 3 out of the 5 pieces of work to have zero errors, zero corrections. They are effectively perfect. How do you feel about that? Are you up for it?
Yeah, I am actually. I think I need to do it. So yeah.
Great. Good. I'm really glad you've said yes. So let's see how we get on. Thank you so much for the conversation, Elena.
Thank you.